so we're gonna get rocking and rolling on something that all makes you cringe inside of your hearts and your brains and your minds, is Rotary Club of Butte's Duck Derby. I believe this is the 3rd annual year for the Duck Derby races. Those of you who are not familiar, it is a very fun race that takes place at Stoughton Park, Bridgewater's water park. And there are a bunch of rubber duckies that get tossed into the lovely river, the lazy river. And if your ticket number is on the bottom of that winning duck, you are the winner of any of the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd place prizes. This year we also did, I guess last year we did it too. We did business ducks, which were the mallard ducks. And so businesses could purchase a mallard duck for $250. And then their prize would be $1,000 towards whatever cause within the community that they wanted it to go towards. So that's how we kind of rocked and rolled with that.
So are there 2 separate races?
Yes. So the mallards go first, and then the small little rubber duckies they go second. The way that we are doing it this year is you'll be able to purchase tickets all the way up until race time, which was heavily discussed.
Wow.
It was heavily discussed at our board meeting, our last board meeting, was just because when we invite the community in to do things, we have to have the option for the right now people. You know, people, doesn't matter if you're doing a race or you're doing some sort of an event, you have people that pre-plan, you have people that see it a couple of days before, and then you have the ones that just show up, which is usually most of the population. They come on that day. So tickets will be available that day to come down and watch the duck races. We will be having food. I'm working on some sort of music. I'll make it a little more bouncy and fun. It kind of sucks that Stoughton Park is under construction right now. So there's not a lot of ways to jump across, but there will be some activity that way. If anyone is interested, let me back up for a minute. This is the important part. Where does your money go? What are we fueling? And I tell whether it's a Kiwanis group or whether it's anybody who comes up to a table when we're selling things at farmers market or at lunch in the park or wherever we are, is the thing about any of our civic organizations is any dollar that goes into whatever event that we see pours back into the community. And it's really nice to be able to tie events or projects to the general population of our community. Because oftentimes people enjoy nice things without realizing how it got there. And it's really important for our members to know what kind of role they play within making our community a better place. So the Duck Derby, $5,000 of it right off the top goes back into Stoughton Park so that the scholarships for the next swimming year can pour into the scholarships for families to be able to swim without additional costs.
So it goes directly to the Butte Parks and Trails Foundation that funds up to a certain number of scholarships. And the last couple of years we've had more money than we've had people apply for scholarships. So if you know of people who aren't going to the pool because they don't have money, tell them to get online and apply for scholarships because they're there.
Yep. And then the other projects, when it says different Rotary projects, things like we do, and I know that this club as well does it, but dictionaries to all 3rd graders across Silver Bow County is a big one that funds. Also, we had so much work at Modest Trail this year. We had to redo, we added a new trail actually, a new horseshoe to the trail, which a lot of the Butte community thoroughly enjoys, all the activities that they can have up on the mountain. And then I haven't never had to pull weeds until I was 34. So we help pull weeds. But a lot of that was chemical maintenance and different things like that in order to maintain the trail. The county doesn't do anything with that. That's all a Rotary or the Modest.
Rotary.
Yeah, I'm losing the East Ridge
Foundation.
The East Ridge Foundation makes sure that all trail maintenance on the trail, including signs and upkeep, is maintained, and so some of those funds are allocated towards those projects as well. Do we have any questions for me about the Rotary?
How many of the swim scholarships are utilized every year?
Well, that's a really great question, and I actually have never followed up on knowing that.
There were about 150 last year.
That were used?
150 kids. So what they get is a 10 punch card. So they get 10 visits. And the application process requires them to to go through the county. The applications are processed by Angie Mulligan, who's the financial person for the Parks and Rec Department. And then she determines if they qualify for the scholarship. If they do, then the card is available to them when they come to the pool the first time, and then they take it with them.
Nice.
So they have 10 punches per kid, and there were 150 last year.
Well, I'm glad that Kathy is here to teach us all a little something today.
Parks and Trails, baby.
Yes.
Do you happen to know, Brittany, the unused funds that are in that from this year, do they get rolled over to next year, or do they get reallocated elsewhere?
You know, I'm not going to answer that because I do not know the proper answers. Once Parks and Trails receives it, there's probably some protocol that exists there that I'm just not knowledgeable on, and I will put that down in my notepad of brain work to touch react on.
Sounds good. Also, that means we're gonna have you back.
You
could just come
in
out
a
and
different
Tuesday.
capacity.
As a member of being installed.
You could just join.
I was gonna say, if anybody, we will discuss that in-house because we need to do our corporate memberships for our job. But if anybody is interested in purchasing a Duck Derby raffle ticket, I did bring some today, and they will be available on September 7th at Bridgewater's Splash Park.